Good evening, everyone. As Heather said, my name is Belinda Carr, and before I share my remarks with you, I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the Racial Justice Coalition of the Democratic Women of McDonough County for their due diligence and persistence in putting before us the inequities found in our community. Their persistence has been a voice for those disenfranchised and marginalized by our system. I'd like for Heather or the chair of the Racial Justice Coalition, either one, to come up. I want to present something to you from the 2020 Macomb Census Committee. Woo! Get your very own census bag with goodies. Yes, we want that money, and all of you play a role in getting that for us in our community. I came to Macomb in the summer of 1976 as a non-traditional student. Like many of you, or many of the students today, I was a single parent, raising 2 children, struggling to go to school. Oftentimes, I didn't have transportation, so I walked. And I lived in the housing for 3 years. And I walked from the housing to school for a whole semester because my raggedy car went out and I couldn't afford to get another one. I call myself an advocate of the people, for the people. I have spent my life working to help those that need that assistance. My mother was a person who instilled in me, you reach out and help others because you can help them. And that's what I've always tried to do. Whether as a CASA volunteer, whether serving on the various Macomb commissions, McDonough County boards, or just working in the community to help our people. I enjoy helping people to improve the quality of life for all human beings.
Yeah.
Working together, all of us can accomplish that. Most recently, as Heather said, I was elected as the first African American and female to chair the McDonough County Democrat Central Committee. Years ago, I had another first. I was the first African American to serve on the McDonough County Board. Woo! Today, we're here to talk about the injustices experienced by African Americans and others in our community and around the world. The Racial Justice Coalition of the Democratic Women of McDonough County have persisted in their efforts to bring light to the inhumane treatment of African Americans in the city of Macomb. Because of their efforts, people who have felt powerless have been given a voice. As a community, we have to come together. We can no longer tolerate acts of racism. We can no longer act as if racism does not exist in our community.
That's right.
Whether overt or covert, racism is alive and well today. What can we do about racism? Each of you have a role to play in eradicating racism and racist behavior. Stand your ground. Don't tolerate insensitive remarks.
Yeah.
Or more to the point, inhumane treatment of a fellow human being. Challenge our government leaders to, first of all, acknowledge the overt and covert racist acts and take a stand by speaking out against racism. If you're not happy with your elected leaders, what do?
Vote.
Vote. You go to the polls. If you're not a registered voter, you can go home tonight, get online and register. If you don't have a computer, no problem. Go to the courthouse tomorrow and register. And do you know you can even request your absentee ballot today? They will mail your ballot on or about September 24th. You can vote and do not have to go to the polls in the issues we're dealing with COVID or the long lines, and you'll get your vote, you get your ballot. So exercise your voice. Politicians and elected officials, they understand the power of the vote. What they expect from us is that we won't go. We'll have all kinds of excuses not to go to the polls. We need to show them we mean business. November the 3rd.
Yeah.
Make sure your voice is counted. If you want to ensure federal funding in this community to start programs that deal with racism, what do you need to do? Fill out that 2020 census. Get it done right away. Finally, I encourage you to meet your public officials. Share your concerns. Be a collective voice. As a collective voice, you have the power. And that power is in each one of you. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you, Belinda Carr.
Belinda.
Our next